Hey there, I'm Jen, and today we're going to take a closer look at the Belstaff Trialmaster Pro women's jacket. Now, this is a jacket that is definitely fashion first, fashion forward. Belstaff is a designer brand that makes garments beyond just what we see in moto wear. They have some big celebrity endorsements and all that jazz, and this is their interpretation of that classic kind of British moto jacket tone-up style. You know, when the cafe racers back in the day were hitting 100 miles per hour, and this is the cool kind of waxed cotton we would see those riders of yesteryear wearing. I do want to point out, because it's waxed cotton, it's going to be best for your cold months of riding. It doesn't have a lot of vents or anything like that, so you want to stick to your colder months and your wetter climates, because it does have that waterproof liner as well. Now, because it's a designer brand, it's going to have some designer pricing. This jacket prices in around $800. Of course, it will ship to you for free, and our price match policy is in place to guarantee you the lowest price available. So, some notes about sizing. Kelly here is 5'8", has a bust of 36 inches, and looking at the sizing chart, she's kind of in between a 42 or a 44. Right now, she's wearing a size 42, and we feel like that's the optimal fit for her. So our recommendation is, if you're also in between sizes, go ahead and size one down, or otherwise go ahead and order true to the sizing chart. Alrighty, so let's dive into some of the details of the Trialmaster Pro jacket. Coming up top, we want to take a closer look at this collar, and Kelly, if you wouldn't mind, if you could start undoing that buckle. So of course it has that very traditional hardware and buckle up top for that authentic feel to the tone-up jacket. And on the inside, I want to point out, it has this really nice soft touch corduroy that we see in the cuffs and up here in the collar as well. So again, a lot of premium features and designs are going to be incorporated throughout the Trialmaster Pro. As we come into the main entryway, there is a very burly metal zipper behind this button fly closure, and of course this button fly closure is going to help keep the elements out of this kind of waterproof cold weather jacket. When it comes to traditional elements of this kind of British style jacket, has those top loader pockets, 4 of them on the upper chest and then also here on either side of the torso, and this waist cincher belt, which is pretty iconic to this kind of silhouette and style of this jacket. I do want to point out this is fully removable if you wanted to opt to not run that down the road. Now, when it comes to the main construction material of this jacket, it is British Millerain, which is a very well-known brand that makes this heavy waxed cotton. It's a very premium material, and if you want that real authentic feeling of a heavy waxed cotton on, you're going to really appreciate what Belstaff has put into this jacket for you when it comes to that material. Other materials that this jacket uses as well is a 500 Cordura on top of these high impact areas, and then behind these high impact areas of the shoulder and the elbow, there is this D30 CE1 armor. Now, for a jacket at this price point, it has CE1 armor and meets CEA abrasion resistance ratings. I would say, if I have a nitpick about this jacket, I would just hope in future iterations, let's go ahead and up those ratings, especially when you're paying around $800. A CE2 armor, CEAA would be something really nice to see. But otherwise, we're going to keep going through our tour here on the jacket. I do want to point out all these really nice brass details on the jacket, and then down here at the bottom, it does have these rubberized buttons, and the zip fly does end around here, so this jacket has room to move when you're in the riding position. It doesn't just get all bunched up on you. One thing that Belstaff missed a little bit though is at the bottom here on the cuff of the sleeve is just a brass button. It's not rubberized. If you're sitting at a stoplight, you put your hands on the tank, oopsie, you might have some scratches, so we'd love to see them rubberize those down the road as well. Kelly, if you could turn to the side for us. So, in this side view, I just want to give you a view of the kind of cut and riding position of this jacket. It is going to be better for your upright, more standard style riding positions. All right, Kelly, if you could turn to the back for us, please. Now, on the back view, I want to point out there's not a lot of reflective bits or anything like that happening on this jacket. Again, it's a little bit more about the fashion first and not about that safety aspect, so we're missing a little bit of visibility on the back side of the jacket. Also, when it comes to a back protector, that's not included. There is a pocket if you want to add it in though. And at the bottom, a nice generous drop tail, so you do have a lot of protection or coverage rather on the lower back and that kind of cold weather riding you're going to be in. All right, Kelly, if you could turn to the front and unzip for us, please. So as Kelly is going through the motions of removing this jacket, I want to point out, make note of that. This jacket's not super easy access. You're not going to fly out the door and throw this thing on and off. It's a little bit of a process, and that's kind of the price you pay for that classic styling. Again, they've kept it very traditional in the touch and the feel of it and the function of it. So on the inside here, I do want to point out they have a drop thermal liner. Now this is a vest liner, not a full sleeve liner. And I want to show off the flannel here on the inside. Again, that's just like kind of another nice touch of a premium feel jacket with that flannel piece in there. I want to point out this jacket does have that permanently attached waterproof liner. So it's not removable. It's going to make this jacket a little bit hot and stuffy if you're going to catch yourself in some hot weather. But otherwise, it should keep you pretty dry in those cold, rainy days of riding. It does have an easy access Napoleon pocket up here. And I want to point out some of these rivets at the bottom. So if you get some moisture coming in through the rain, etc., there's some specific points where the moisture can pour out of this jacket through those little rivet outlets at the bottom. All right, Kelly, if you could go ahead and zip up for us, please. So there you go, that's your 360 overview of the Belstaff Trialmaster Pro women's riding jacket. Again, this is a jacket that has that eye to detail, is definitely designer minded in all of the different materials that they incorporate throughout. And it's gonna be best for your cold months of riding. It doesn't have a lot of venting, has that permanent waterproof liner, so just bear that in mind when you're considering this jacket for your riding wardrobe. Now, if you have more questions, go ahead and hit the info button on your desktop or mobile device. It'll redirect you to the product page where you can see more product features and read some reviews from riders like yourself. And if you have even more questions, give our customer service a call. They'll be happy to help you find a riding jacket that best suits your needs. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with Kelly and I as we take a closer look at the Belstaff Trialmaster Pro women's jacket. I'm Jen. Keep it on 2.